Hi, everyone, and welcome to this mindful moment here with the Journey. Thank you guys for joining me once again. I hope that you're well. We're going to step right into our practice this evening or afternoon, whatever time you are with us. And we're going to explore ways to work with conflict today. But let's get started by first taking a comfortable position. So again, your most comfortable spot, either in your chair, seated against the wall, or lying in your bed or on the floor. Close your eyes or let your eye gaze fall downward and relax your body. Make sure your chest is open and the breath can flow easily, so it's not constricted. And try to keep your face soft, unwrinkle your forehead, soften the jaw. Now take a few slow, deep breaths and relax and notice what breathing feels like in your body in this moment. You know, this is something we do all the time, but it's very rare that we give attention to our breath, undivided attention. So just notice it now, how it feels to breathe. Fully inflate your lungs and feel your rib cage expand as you breathe in. And as you exhale, notice the stomach as it softens. Invite each inhale and notice where it begins. And release each exhale and notice where it ends. Sometimes when we get quiet and pay attention, we begin to notice some discomfort in some form of thought, or maybe in some form of emotion or sensation throughout the body. If you notice any, just observe it without judgment. Continue to breathe. Whatever is here, just be open to the experience. Breathe into it so you're not fighting. And in every moment, just allowing the breath to ease away any discomfort and sensation. Our goal overall is to observe and accept everything in our experience, not opposing anything. And no matter what we come to, what we experience, we can always come back to the breath, to our home base. The breath flows in and the breath flows out. The breath flows in as the rib cage expands, and the breath flows out as the belly softens. With each breath, allowing every part of ourselves to soften just a little bit more. Breathing, softening, noticing. Now continue to just notice how you feel and let your breath follow its natural pattern of movement. As you're breathing, I'd like to talk a little bit about mindfulness and conflict. There's always a misperception about the goal of meditation, that it's to generate so much peace, so much calm and ease, that whenever we're confronted with conflict, it's a piece of cake. We can go back to this place of contentment and ease without issue. Or perhaps the misconception is that we never experience conflict once we master the practice of meditation. Like it or not, though, conflict is a part of our life. There are clashes oftentimes over differences in opinions, quarrels within relationships, and controversies in the public. Through the course of our lives, conflict is sure to come and go in many, many forms. And practicing mindfulness doesn't remove that conflict. It gives us instead the inner capacity to withstand and learn from our conflict. It helps us to find wisdom, to see our challenges perhaps as opportunities of growth. The key to this process of meditation and mindfulness is looking deeper, deeply within ourselves to understand our own reactions to challenging, even oftentimes volatile situations. Each of us have ingrained patterns of thoughts and emotions and reactions that kick into autopilot when faced with a challenge. When we become aware of these automatic reactions, we can begin to better control our responses, shifting our behavior and utilizing our tools of mindfulness. For example, let's say we have a pattern with a particular family member or perhaps a difficult coworker where they repeatedly provoke arguments, instigate issues. Our usual reaction might have been to close up and shut down. But after a period of time of practicing mindful meditation, we find that that person can come to us again with that hostile behavior, their tendency to instigate. And we can feel ourselves perhaps trying to slip into our usual pattern. But with our practice of meditation, we come to a moment of pause where we can choose to step into the conversation a little bit more grounded, open-minded, communicating now with trust. We are sure to avoid emotional suffering in these moments a little bit easier. We feel better about maintaining our composure and not letting that particular person take us to our old patterns of reactivity. When we see it as a chance to involve or evolve and grow, what we begin to notice is that conflict doesn't have to be our permanent state of being or difficulty, that we can come to a space of connection, peace, and non-reactivity due to our practice of meditation. As we know, the truth is that conflict is part of our life, no matter where we go. Just as simply as having chilly winters or knowing that we can experience an ice cream headache, those things are to be expected, such as conflict and change and challenges. If we're mindful, we can see conflict as our teacher, as an opportunity to cultivate patience, non-judgment, and a deeper level of listening. As William Ellery Channing said, difficulties are meant to rouse, not discourage. The human spirit is to grow strong by conflict. So embrace those challenges. Continue in your practice of meditation. Continue with us each week when we come together. Let this be your tool to further cultivate that place of patience and peace and deeper calm. So now, as we prepare to end our session, bring your awareness back to the room, the space, and the sounds around you. Notice your connection to your chair or the floor or whatever you're sitting on. And wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Thank you for joining me for another mindful moment. It has been a pleasure. I look forward to joining you guys again next time. Take care and be well.
Well, thanks again, everyone, for joining us. And be sure to click subscribe on the YouTube channel, and also click on the bell, which is the notifications icon, so you can be notified whenever we post our next weekly mindfulness moment. Have a great week.